Welcome to this morning's webinar on the Total Mind Body Reset program. I'm Wendy. I'm a confidence and leadership coach and life coach. I've been coaching people for just over 20 years, on and off through different programs. This is the Wellness Transformation 12-week program that's been changing lives and helping people finally get off the diet roller coaster, reset their metabolism, and reclaim their confidence. Whether you're on GLP-1 medications or just curious about peptides or just ready for a complete body-mind reset, this is the right place for you. So let's grab your water, a notebook, and let's dive in. Okay, so can you see me or just my screen? Can you see both?
I can see you. I
Perfect.
can see you.
Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure. So that way everybody knows I'm a real person. Okay, so let's begin. The reason I created this program is I've been researching peptides for about the last year and a half or so. And so let's be honest, we've all struggled with weight. Some people, um, some people have a healthy body, some people don't. Sometimes the weight just doesn't come off. It just kind of depends on the person. But let's be honest, most weight loss plans fail because they treat the symptoms and they don't treat the systems. They focus on calories, not chemistry, and they hand you a diet and then just leave you to your own devices. So what happens? You'll lose weight, but then eventually you'll gain it back. The problem with this is if you don't have a system, you likely will lose your muscle mass and then end up getting more fat when you gain the weight back than when you even started, which makes it a roller coaster for your metabolism because muscle really drives your metabolism. So, in order to feel better, you might feel better for the moment or while you have lost weight, but really, nothing actually transforms. So, I'm going to see if I can. My laptop's in the way. Change the slide here. Okay. So, I just want to kind of go over a little bit about me really quick. I've coached people for over 20 years, specialized in confidence and wellness. I do have a full-time job, but my passion is coaching. And part of the reason I've kind of dived into coaching more in the last year and a half is because I love coaching. I thought, well, you know what? I need to put my money where my mouth is. And I'm trying to get light because the light in here sucks. And really, if it's something I love and I'm passionate about, why am I not trying to do it? And I'm pretty good at time management and juggling work, being a mom, and then obviously doing things I love as well. So that's a little bit about me. I'm also a human cheerleader. I love rooting people on and making them feel better. That is one of my biggest passions. My why for coaching and doing this program is because I love helping people feel better and I love helping people live the healthiest life possible. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. I'm going to change slides. Okay, so we kind of went over this why weight loss fails. I got my slides out of order, but it focuses on symptoms, not systems. No support for the mindset or metabolism, and it leaves you to figure it out alone. The weight usually does come back, and problems with and let's go over some problems with medical weight loss today. This is kind of why I went down 5,000 rabbit holes in the last year researching all of this. I've had lots of friends, coworkers that have gone on the GLP weight loss. And initially I was like, what are you doing? Like, I've always kind of been a naturalist. I don't use medications a lot. I usually try to figure out natural remedies, that kind of stuff. And so that was one of my passions. I started really researching it, like what is going on? Why are these people taking this? What is it? Because I saw a lot of people losing weight really fast, but they didn't look healthy, right? And I'm all about being healthy. Like just because you drop weight, you can be fat skinny, right? And that's not a healthy way to be either. So let's kind of go over what research I found and why I became super, super passionate and partnered with a medical group in order to recommend GLP-1s and peptides in general. Um, so first off, GLP-1s are like Ozempic, Wegovy, Trizepatide. These medications mimic hormones called glucagon, like peptide 1, which helps the body regulate blood sugar. It slows digestion and it reduces the appetite. That's why they work to help people lose weight. They were initially created um, for diabetics. And then they started noticing the side effect being weight loss. Through a bunch of research I've done and doctors I've been following and that kind of stuff, there's actually so much more research coming out on how healthy these are actually for our system. Okay. So GLP-1 is a peptide hormone. Specifically, it's a 30 amino acid peptide. Peptides are generally considered short chain amino acids, while long chain amino acids refer to an individual amino acid molecules themselves having a specific length or a hydrocarbon chain. So GLP-1 is synthesized in the intestines and hypothalamus, I can never say that word, and it plays a crucial role in regulating your blood sugar and your appetite. There's different antigens. So, for instance, a semaglutide or Ozempic is a single antigen and it works with one receptor in your brain. Trizempic is a double antigen receptor and it works with two different receptors in your brain. And then there's a newer one called, and I can never pronounce that word either, but retatrutide, and it is one of the newer ones, and they're finding more good research on that one, and it actually works with three different brain receptors. So think of it like this. Amino acids are the building blocks, and the peptide is a structure built by joining these blocks together in a chain. That's kind of how they work in your body. They're produced in your brain. They think they don't really know, but a lot of doctors are thinking they're produced in your brain, but they've also found that they're working in your gut as well and all throughout your body. Our body naturally produces these. As we age, starting about 30, all of our hormones start to slow down. So not only does our GLP slow down, which is what causes weight gain, estrogen, all those different things slow down in our system. When our body stops producing all these different hormones, what happens is your body starts to kind of like hold on to fat because it's like, oh my God, estrogen is slowing down. My GLP ones are slowing down. What's going on in my body? So I need to hang on to that, and I need to store fat in my middle, because stored fat in your middle actually helps to release estrogen and hormones. So your body, as it's losing its natural hormones, is like trying to hang on to everything because it's like, no, I need these things, right? So as you can see, I'm super passionate about it, and I've learned a lot about this kind of stuff, and I'm super, super excited to share it all. So here's kind of how they work on a simple basis. They signal your brain that you're fuller faster, so they kind of slow down your digestion. They reduce cravings, so it really calms down the food noise, which I think is huge. Especially for people that maybe have always struggled or emotional eating, different things like that. Because really you can kind of look at food in a different way and change your relationship in your mind with the food in a different way. You can look at it as food is actually fuel versus food is an emotional support system, right? They also help to improve insulin sensitivity. It's a really good way. Well, let's be real. Most people these days are metabolically challenged or metabolically compromised because we just haven't taken care of our bodies the way we should have. And as we age, you naturally become metabolically challenged or off-centered, or however you want to say it. But they improve insulin sensitivity. So here's the catch. GLP-1s can also if you're not given a system while you're on them, they can cause muscle loss. If you are not protecting your muscle mass and you're not fueling your body with the proper nutrients to protect your muscle mass, you can lose muscle mass just like any other weight loss program. It's not the medications necessarily. The medications aren't causing muscle loss, but it's the nutrition and you not having a system that's causing muscle loss. Even if you went on a keto diet, it doesn't matter what diet you went on. And if you're compromising your calories and you're not giving your body the nutrition and the exercise it needs to stimulate your muscle growth and muscle retention, you're going to lose muscle mass. So it's a myth. It's not that the medications cause muscle loss, just so you guys know. What's cool about this program is I have partnered with a med group, and they medically monitor and support your plan. We have nutrition, macros, the whole thing, which I don't like to overcomplicate because I think that's super overwhelming to people. So it's going to be a more simplistic version, but you do have medical monitoring. You would meet with the doctor. You'd have weekly sessions, to check in, all of that kind of stuff, which is huge. So that's kind of the difference with this program is it's going to combine your medical support, your nutritional support, and mindset strategies to really get down to the root of what is your why. Why did you get here in the first place? How can we shift your mindset to look at food differently, to look at fitness differently, to not have it be overwhelming, because it can be really simple. I've been working on my health for about the last year and a half. I was consistently going to the gym last year, wasn't losing weight. I was getting stronger, which was great, but I've really kind of fine-tuned what I've been doing the last 6 months, and I am now down 20 pounds. I feel fantastic. My joint pain's gone. These are all things that these things can help you with, is just getting your metabolism, your gut health, your gut biome, and adding in the right peptides, the right supplements, can make an amazing difference in how you feel. Mind focus, energy. Like I used to wake up and could barely crawl out of bed because I've stood for over 20 years in my day job. And now I am literally leaping out of bed and I want to stretch and move my body. And it's just a night and day difference. Weekly coaching and accountability from me. And you have, check-ins with your medical team too. So it's kind of double support system there. And I have developed an app where people can reach out to me anytime. The course is within the app. There's a whole workbook. There's videos for each week that I've created. There is exercise routines that are really simple. You can do from your bed on some of them to just get your body moving. There's nutrition plans, all sorts of stuff. So it's pretty cool. So it's going to be really customized for your lifestyle and so that you can be successful. Obviously went over access to coaching, nutrition, and fitness. So that's kind of like a little recap of what's going to be in this. So let's kind of shift gears for a second and we're going to talk about gut health. Not enough people pay attention to their gut health. A lot from research I've done, a lot of the side effects from GLP-1 medications that people are having are because people are getting them that already aren't in the best gut health, right? And so a lot of times, if you have people that haven't had good nutrition, they haven't had a fitness plan, they haven't been taking proper vitamins or supplements to really have their gut health in check, that's when you're seeing more of the side effects of that you see, nausea, indigestion, that kind of stuff. But we really want to work with you to get your gut health kind of on par so that you're not having those things. And obviously the doctor would work with you to that. And then, sorry, my phone's ringing. And then we would work with you based on your nutrition, really working to get some anti-inflammatory foods in your system and get your gut health so it's functioning properly. 70% of your immune system lives in your gut, which is crazy. Um, Typically, people that are getting illnesses, getting sick all the time, that kind of stuff, have poor gut health. It's a number one sign. And most people, I think maybe it's becoming where more people know about it now. But in the past, you didn't really think of gut health having anything to do with your immune system. Your gut bacteria actually influences a lot of your cravings, your mood, your metabolism, your sleep patterns. It can affect your hormones, all sorts of things. So having proper gut health and getting your gut health in check and good gut biome going is huge. So things that can show that your gut is maybe inflamed or out of balance is bloating, fatigue, mood swings, cravings, weight loss resistance, insulin resistance. All of those things go kind of all together. In our 12-week program, we're going to focus on healing the gut first through supportive nutrition, like I said, anti-inflammatory foods, and simple protocols that will work to help your body get back in balance. So, because if your gut health isn't well, nothing's really going to fix it for long term. If anything, you could do more damage to it if you don't have your gut health being more well. So, I probably forgot to switch the slide here for you guys. Oh yeah, there, look at it. I got lots of slides for you. So that we kind of went over that already about GLP-1s. This is kind of, we talked about this too, why we need support. We need to be paired with strength training, mindset, long-term success, gut health. We went over that. Long-term maintenance plan. I get really focused on what I'm doing and I'm forgetting all my slides I made for you guys. So there's your kind of key on gut health, and we're caught back up. Sorry, guys. So let's go to this next slide since we just talked about this, and then maybe I can actually stay on track if I move my slides. So why your mindset matters. Thoughts shape your habits. When we're small children, you don't have the world and the negative thoughts to shape who you are or what you think you can do. Then all of a sudden, certain little things creep in, certain things happen in your life, and suddenly those little thoughts start controlling who you are and what you think you're capable of and what you think you're good at and all these things. So the first and probably biggest thing that we'll go over in your first week especially is, what are your whys? Okay. Knowing what your whys are huge. Like, why are you here? Why have you decided to make a bigger difference in your life? Why do you think that you got here in the first place? These are huge. Traumas from our past equal sickness in our body, not only in the mind, but they can also deep root themselves and cause just sickness, cancers, all sorts of sicknesses they're finding. So when you don't release your traumas or work through your emotions properly when something has happened to you, it can create sickness. And I think this is a huge thing people don't deal with. We're so zoned into our phones or not really talking about issues or having trouble communicating with people that it's really hard for people to work through the traumas. They choose to ignore it and numb it or use, alcohol or drugs or whatever it is to not have to actually deal with those emotions. So that's a big thing that we're going to work on with coaching, because in order to move forward and have a healthy mindset, you have to work through some of those things. Obviously, identifying root causes, huge. If you don't know what the root cause is of how you got here or why your mindset's like this or why your thought patterns automatically go to the negative or why your thought patterns are like, "Ooh, I'm all excited, I'm going to try this." And then 2 days later, you're like, "Oh, I don't know if it's actually going to work. It's probably not going to work. Nothing ever works for me." But identifying those root causes makes a huge difference. So then we will start throughout the program rewiring your limiting beliefs and creating real change that will last. It will build your confidence, which kind of everything comes back to in a sense. And that's where my weekly coaching helps with shifting that identity an identity and removing blocks and doing some kind of like energetic healing for you guys. Okay. So next I went backwards. I didn't want to go that way. Okay. So we're going to talk about protein. I am primarily vegan. I have been a vegetarian since I was 5. I've probably been primarily vegan. I still cheat once in a while if I'm out and about but at home. Most of the time, I am pretty much plant-based solidly. Um, but I am also really strong. I've always carried a large amount of muscle mass, and I've always had a lot of energy. Most of my friends or people that know me, they'll be like, I don't know how you do 50 million things a day. And I swear it's probably because I've always been a vegetarian or vegan. So protein and muscle mass are huge. Your muscle is what boosts your metabolism. It is the engine for your metabolism. If you do not have muscle mass, your metabolism will tank. And metabolic health is literally the key to longevity and being healthy. It helps prevent weight gain. It protects targets customized for your needs. Or protein, we assign protein targets customized for what your body needs, I should say. I am including some home workouts. You can also do them in the gym, but I really want to make this simple for people that maybe haven't moved in years or have been moving a lot. Those workouts are kind of customizable and will work week by week to kind of get you stronger, which will help your metabolism. You don't need to be a gym junkie to do this program. And I really like to focus on functional strength training. Functional strength training means I like to think of it like this. Well, years ago, when we actually had to physically labor, that is functional strength training. Do we have to lift boxes or carry something heavy or move furniture around? Do we need to pick up a small child? Do we need to get on our hands and knees to clean the floors? Those are all strength training functional strength training. So it means that it's a functional way that you move your body that creates strength within your body. You don't have to bulk up in a gym, but you do need to use your muscles every single day. Okay. So protein feeding those muscles is huge. Most people lose weight without the support and they lose muscle. They do lose fat, but not they're still losing muscle, and we don't want that. That can actually be really, really dangerous. It protects your joints, muscles do. It stabilizes your blood sugars. It improves longevity, and it burns more calories even when you're resting or sleeping. That's why this reset program, we are going to help you figure out your macro plan, which you don't have to follow perfectly. But if you kind of have it in your head what you should be getting each day, that's going to help you succeed a lot faster. Okay. So you will get a macro calculator, or we'll teach you how to calculate your macros for your specific body. We've also included meal plans, not only for omnivores, but vegans and vegetarians. Simple recipes. Like, I love to cook. I can come up with pretty much anything if there's just random stuff in our fridge and figure out how to make a healthy meal out of it. And so I've put some of my own recipes in there, but I want it to be simple. Like, it doesn't have to be a difficult thing. You don't have to be a cook to be able to follow some of these recipe plans, and shopping lists we'll add in there too. Weekly workouts that you can do at home, I already mentioned, to build that lean muscle mass and help you retain what you already have. And so protein is the key to really resetting your body and building that muscle of having long-term success, especially as we age. So this is kind of an overview of all what's included. Okay. So you get 12 weeks of personalized coaching, complete coaching workbook, GLP-1 medications for 3 months are included. Obviously you will have to do, we would schedule a call. We'd go over your health history. We'd put you into a patient portal. Everything's confidential. I had to sign all the HIPAA things, that kind of stuff. So it's all completely confidential. And then the doctor would oversee your medications. So it includes that. It includes shipping and all the supplies you would need, medical consultations and support throughout the next 12 weeks, and long term if you choose to stay on your medications. So it's something you can continue after the 12 weeks, but this is just kind of to jumpstart and get you on a really good path. And I would still be there after 12 weeks to help support you as well. That's why I created the app. Private patient portal, so you can message your doctor anytime. And then I'm also including a body composition scale that I will ship out to you guys, which is great because sometimes we get so focused on what the scale says, but really our bodies are changing by losing body fat or you're gaining lean muscle mass. And some days you might weigh heavier, but your body fat might be down and your lean muscle mass might be up. And sometimes you might just be retaining water. Again, that negative self-talk really goes to that. And the second we weigh heavier, we're like, oh my God, I'm throwing in the towel. I've already gained a pound, blah, blah, blah. And that's the habits in the mindset that we really want to work to break. Okay. So I'm throwing in that scale so we can be a little bit more insightful on our journey. A support community within my app. I also have Facebook pages, Instagram. I've been working on setting up a YouTube channel as well. I have a text line that you guys can reach out and text me anytime. And then I will be putting up motivational videos and classes. Not only in the app do you have access just to this program, but you also have access. I put up random other classes, journals. The more you post, the more you engage with other people in the community. Will also unlock some other different like little courses or mini challenges for you. And then obviously lifetime access to my community on my app. And that's kind of what this whole program includes. So let's see here. Let me get to the next slide. So a little bit about the doctor. She is super, super awesome. Let me get to my notes because this was one of the reasons I decided to go with this medical group. She herself has lost 100 pounds and she's awesome. She's an awesome human being. So she brings years of experience and has a genuine passion for helping her patients achieve the best health. I can't speak. Her approach combines cutting edge medical science with personalized care that treats you as an individual and not just a patient. Dr. Broussard's expertise spans the full spectrum of integrative and functional medicine with specialized focus on hormone optimization, metabolic health, and anti-aging therapies. Her evidence-based approach ensures that you'll receive the most effective treatments available. Hormone optimization, growth hormone deficiency assessment and treatment. She works with peptide therapy protocols, Semorolin and GLP-1 antagonists, and I can never say that. Anyway, we'll move on. Comprehensive hormone panel and interpretation, and bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, which is all coming out. They're adding in a bunch of peptides and the hormone therapy the 1st of July, which I'm so, you guys, super, super, super excited for because it is the key to longevity. Advanced metabolic medicine. She is very well versed in advanced diabetes, pre-diabetes management, GLP-1, dual agonist therapy protocols, weight management optimization, insulin resistance reversal protocols. She also specializes in anti-aging and longevity medications, cellular health optimization. You guys, you name it, she is involved in it, and that is why I love her. NAD therapy protocols. NAD is a fairly new, it's a cellular rejuvenation peptide, which is they're also bringing out in July. Mitochondrial function enhancement, oxidative stress evaluation and treatment. You guys, she is so well versed. Like, she is awesome. Detoxification and immune support, glutathione, optimization and IV therapy she's worked with, heavy metal detoxification strategies, immune system enhancement, environmental toxin assessment. She is really well known for her work in all of these areas. And this is who our doctor is with the medical group that I've associated myself with. So I am over the moon excited. Quick side mention, another doctor that I think anybody should check out and look into. Her name is Dr. Tina Moore. It's TYNA. She has a YouTube channel and she is amazing. She has so much knowledge. She's been using peptides for years with her patients. And I've followed her for quite some time. And she was kind of first who inspired me to really start like going down the rabbit hole of looking into peptides and that kind of stuff. So side note, you guys should check her out. She's awesome. Okay, so this is kind of what to expect with doing this program. Let me find my notes. Get back. There was a lot on the doctor. The results to expect are definitely fat loss and not a lot of muscle loss. I'm not going to say no muscle loss, but because you're always going to lose a little bit of muscle, especially if you're slowly working your body to strength train. But as you move through the process, as you build more muscle, you should not have much muscle loss at all. You're for sure going to have increased energy and confidence, better digestion, sleep, and clarity. A transformed body and mind, which it all goes together. Anybody can go lose weight. Anybody can go to the gym for 3 or 4 months, but do they actually transform the way they think about things and make lasting changes? That's what I am just passionate about trying to help people with. Confidence within yourself, confidence within your success to be able to continue on this path of good health and alignment and clarity for your path. Improved relationships with food, with fitness, and yourself. Really releasing those stigmas around those things. I've talked to so many people where it's like they went to Weight Watchers, and even Weight Watchers brings up trauma in their past because of how they felt about themselves going and having to weigh in and all those things. So we really want to address those and really address your mindset. So that's kind of what all this goes over. Well, I love to just go backwards, you guys. My brain is kind of backwards, just so you know. So this is for people that are either considering GLP-1s, or if you're already on them, we can look and see if we can maybe, like, if the package would be a little less expensive for you. Well, the package would be the package, but if you're already on them, we can look into that and you could change so you have more support with wherever you're getting them from now. You could also not be considering peptides at all, but want lasting changes. So I do have an option if you don't want to try peptides at all for you guys. If you're tired of diet cycles, tired of the mental cycle, all that, if you're ready to commit and to sustainable health, if you're craving physical and emotional transformation, this is for you. And if you're ready to make lasting changes and really commit to yourself and say yes to yourself, this program would be for you. So because you showed up, not only for me, but more importantly for yourself, either drop your email in the comments, or you can text me. The next slide is going to have my text line for you guys. And I will add you into the community on my school app for free. Right now, because I'm launching this program, it's free until July 1st, and then it will be a monthly charge to be in that app. Once you're in the app, it's free forever, unless you're upgrading a program or doing like this program or a paid class, something along those things. I will also give you a founder's discount of $500 off your program. And in order to get all those things, then you guys will set up a personal call with me, because there's a lot of information we'd need to go over before we can just jump right into the program. Obviously, we got to get a health history, put you in a patient portal, really kind of look at your goals and make sure it's a good fit for both of us. because I'm not one that wants somebody spending money if it's not going to be a good fit and I don't feel like they're going to be successful on it. So there's my text line. Some of you may have my personal text line. You can text me on that too to set up a time where we can actually chat and go over your health history and all that kind of stuff, go over the pricing. The main package, I will tell you up front, for everything included, is $29.95. I do offer payment options, but then some of those packages need to be refined to the person depending on their health history, that kind of stuff. So there's some other wiggle room in packages. So really, you would get the $500 off the $29.95. You would also get it off any of the other packages you choose, and we would fine tune it just to you guys. And I can do payment programs for you guys as well. You can also go onto my website, confidentlyhuman.com. There is a form you can submit. It's on the main page. I think it's under the wellness program. You can submit a form that way, and then I'll get back to you and we'll set up a time to either meet in person or Zoom, depending on where you live. So that would be the way to sign up, where we would actually do a one-on-one call and go over your health history and your goals and all that kind of stuff and kind of get you started on the program. So let's do this together. Join us in the 12-week reset. Your new life starts now, you guys. Like, you have to make the decision one way or the other. And I just want everybody to feel better. I do offer lots of other coaching, just so you guys know, just life coaching in general, coaching sessions, one-on-ones, that kind of stuff. And again, join me on my app. I'm posting lots of different fun things on there. I'm hoping to even start like locally where I live. And I would love to do it in other communities, like monthly hikes together, stuff like that. So stay tuned. Follow me on my social media. It's always Confidently Human. And that's it. Keep in touch. Thanks for joining me.